Hey guys, it's Daniel. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm gonna be talking about a certain topic that not a lot of people ask me, but I've been thinking a lot about it to myself, which is why I don't read a lot of Indonesian books. Not that I haven't tried. Of course, I've read Indonesian books before, and there's some Indonesian books that I really like, but I made a few notes here so that I can remember my thoughts, because I was like thinking, brainstorming, like why don't I want to read Indonesian books? I mean, they're cheaper and I bet there's a lot of cool stories, great novels from Indonesian authors, and here are some of the reasons why. I was born in Malaysia, where in Malaysia English is quite predominant, as in like the main language in Malaysia is obviously Bahasa Melayu, but the second language is always English, because even in public schools when I was in elementary, everybody was so fluent in English, while if you compare it to Indonesian public schools, people don't really speak Indonesian a lot, or at least most people don't. So since I lived in Malaysia since I was born until 4th grade, so I guess English is part of me. Like I like speaking English more than Bahasa Melayu, I guess, to be honest. So basically it became my instant language, I guess. Aside from that, English YA novels are so much more diverse if you compare it to Indonesian novels, because Indonesian novels and Indonesian literature are basically influenced by religion and also social norms in Indonesia, of course. Indonesia is not an Islamic country, but the majority of people living in Indonesia are mostly Islam. So of course the minority have to follow their rules and stuff like that. So that also affects literature, as in not a lot of people write about black people, or not a lot of people write about LGBT topics, not a lot of people talk about like sexually abused topics, something like that. While in YA novels, English novels, it is very diverse. I love reading different topics that I don't usually read or know in Indonesia. Disclaimer though, I've only read like 4 or 5 Indonesian books, so I am not saying I'm a professional in talking or knowing a lot about Indonesian books. I'm just saying that I'm not a huge fan on reading them, that's all. And these are just some of my reasons. Third is that English is much more easier for me to process, as in like when I read an English book, I can read it so fast. Like I could read in 3-4 days if I wanted to, but I always take it slow because I always want to enjoy the writing and the information that I'm being dumped with by the author. While when I'm reading Indonesian books, it takes time for me because I'm not used to reading Indonesian books, of course, and I don't know a lot of words in Indonesia, so I'm so lazy to go to Google and stuff and have to type it. Because once I read a book, I want to focus my full attention on that book. I don't want to go to Google and search, because it completely puts me off reading it. Because if you make me stop reading the book, I instantly become turned off. I lose the feeling of wanting to read it. Even when I'm reading English books, sometimes when I don't know a word, I try to read the whole sentence or paragraph to kind of figure out what this means, or like just keep going on until I figure it out at the end of the book, which seems to be working well for me. While in Indonesian books, there are a lot of words. There's a lot of words that I don't know, and I know that's my fault because I am not that good in Bahasa Indonesia. So that is my fault for not understanding my own, or like my half language, because I'm half Indonesian. But yeah, I guess English is much more easier for me to process in my brain, and because, you know, daily conversations, I talk with the language, while in Bahasa, so it's very formal, the Indonesian novels, while in English it's like everyday language. Next, I've never really read a translated novel to Bahasa, because I've heard from some of my Indonesian booktube friends and some of my Indonesian friends that like to translate novels, is that the translated books makes the jokes and the interaction and the conversations in the original novel bland. As in, like, for example, Magnus Chase. One of my friend read the English version of Magnus Chase. No, wait, sorry. She read the Indonesian version of Magnus Chase first, and she enjoyed it, but like some of the jokes were a little bit weird because it's translated. So when she read the original English novel of Magnus Chase, she liked it more because she actually understand the joke. The joke was actually funny, and the interaction felt more real for her. Because when you translate English jokes to Bahasa, it does not always become funny. It becomes so weird and like, what the hell? Because it doesn't make sense. You can't just translate every English thing to Bahasa, or not, it will sound really weird. So I guess that kind of put me off on buying translated novels. But if anyone wants to sponsor and like send it to me for review, I don't mind. I will do it for you. Business inquiry email down in the description below. Although I will be honest, Indonesian books are way cheaper, as in like the translated novels, because in Indonesia the books are very expensive, especially international ones, and I'm so sad, especially Cassandra Clare's ones. Oh my goodness, it's so freaking expensive. Holy damn. I'm so pissed. I'm still pissed because Cassie Clare just I don't know why her books are so expensive. I'm so pissed. I'm just so pissed. But yeah, that's all for my explanation and ranting. I hope none of you are offended because I don't read Indonesian books. It's not that I don't support Indonesia, as in I'm just not that into Indonesian books. But if someone wants to sponsor and send me a book, go ahead. If someone wants to recommend me a book and say that this book is so good, Danny, you have to read it, I will read it. I will give it a shot. I mean, Indonesian books are cheap, so why not? But yeah, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Give it a thumbs up if you like this video, and comment down below what you thought, or if you want to share any comments, and subscribe to my channel because I post every book related video every Monday. And don't forget to follow all my social medias down below, and I'll see you next time on my next video. Bye bye.